If you're unhappy with your Medicare plan for any reason, the good news is that you can switch to another plan that better suits your needs. However, you can't just do this anytime that you want to. Instead, there are 3 enrollment periods throughout the year that I'm going to talk about in this video. And stick around to the end of the video because I'll talk to you about your trial right, which allows you to test certain plans before fully committing to them. I'm Calvin from PlanFit, and I've been helping people with their Medicare coverage for over 14 years now. And to start this video, let's talk about 3 enrollment periods that you need to know about. And these are the annual enrollment period, the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period, and special enrollment periods. Now, the first enrollment period is the annual enrollment period. This runs from October 15th to December 7th every year. And during this period, you can join a Medicare Advantage plan, you can switch between Medicare Advantage plans, or you can leave your Medicare Advantage plan and go back to original Medicare. If you're on original Medicare, you can also join or switch Part D prescription drug plans during this time. Or you can drop your standalone prescription drug plan and transfer to a Medicare Advantage plan with prescription drug coverage. So during this annual election period, there are a lot of options and a lot of things that you can do. Now, both Medicare Advantage plans and Part D prescription drug plans, they change their terms every year. That's why before the annual enrollment period, you should receive a summary of changes for the upcoming year. If you don't like these changes, the annual enrollment period allows you to search for a better plan that suits your needs better. It also allows you to switch between original Medicare and a Medicare Advantage plan, or from a Medicare Advantage plan to original Medicare. And any plan changes that you make during this period will take effect on January the 1st of the following year. The next enrollment period you need to be aware of is Medicare Advantage Open Enrollment Period. Now, the name is confusing because a lot of people say open enrollment happens at the end of the year. But Medicare Advantage Open Enrollment is a period that runs from January 1st to March 31st every year. And during that time, you can switch between Medicare Advantage plans, or you can switch from a Medicare Advantage plan back to original Medicare. Now, you're probably thinking, well, how is that different from annual enrollment period at the end of the year? Well, the difference is you cannot join a Medicare Advantage plan if you do not already have one. It gives you one opportunity to switch between Medicare Advantage plans or potentially to leave your Medicare Advantage plan, but you're not going to be able to join a Medicare Advantage plan for the first time during open enrollment. So if you're on original Medicare and you have a Medicare supplement, then this is not the time for you to switch to a Medicare Advantage plan. You also can't make a change and switch between Part D prescription drug plans during this time. It really is just for Medicare Advantage. Now, if you have a Medicare Advantage plan with prescription drug coverage and you want to switch back to original Medicare, then that is a time when you would be able to enroll in a standalone prescription drug plan. So in a nutshell, during the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period, it gives you a lot of things you can do with Medicare Advantage plans, but you cannot switch between prescription drug plans during that time. What you can do is leave your Medicare Advantage plan and join a prescription drug plan. Even as I say all of this, I realize how confusing this can be. So if you're in a situation where you need to make a change to your Medicare, then reach out to us and we'll see how we can apply these rules to your advantage. Or if we can't, then we'll tell you the next open period when you'll be able to make a change. Now, before I talk about special enrollment periods, let me just jump in right here and say that if you're finding this video helpful, then please leave a thumbs up. It only takes a second, but it goes a long way in helping us to accomplish our mission here at PlanFit of making Medicare simpler for everyone. Okay, let's get back to the video. The annual enrollment period and the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period happen every year at the same time. However, there are several special situations that you may qualify for that give you a special enrollment period throughout the year. As the name suggests, special enrollment periods don't have set dates. Instead, special enrollment periods come up when your coverage is affected in some way or something changes in your life. For example, if you move to a new state and you've moved outside the service area of your current Medicare Advantage plan, then you'll get a 3-month special enrollment period where you can enroll in a plan in your new area. Now, Medicare Advantage plans are area specific, so you may be on a plan by an insurance company like Humana or United Healthcare, one of these national carriers, and you've moved to an area that still has Humana or still has United Healthcare, but the plan that you had from that insurance company is not in your new area. And so you need to make a change in that example. So it affects a lot of people when they move. The same goes for your prescription drug coverage. If you move to a new place that's outside of your drug plan's area, then you'll get a special enrollment period where you can switch to a new plan. Another special enrollment period you can get comes up for your Medicare Advantage plan or your prescription drug plan if they stop covering you. If your insurance company, for example, goes bankrupt, or if they stop covering the area that you live in, you'll get a special enrollment period where you can switch to another plan. There are a dozen or more other reasons why you may qualify for a special enrollment period, and you can find a full list of these over on Medicare's website, which I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, during a special enrollment period, you can typically join or switch Medicare Advantage plans, switch from a Medicare Advantage plan back to original Medicare, and you can also join or switch your Part D prescription drug plan. So those are the 3 enrollment periods that I wanted to share with you today that can help you to make a change to your Medicare coverage. Now, before I go, I just want to talk a little bit about trial rights. Trial rights allow you to switch from a Medicare supplement plan to a Medicare Advantage plan with the option to switch back within a year. You see, one of the reasons some people are reluctant to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan is because they believe that if they ever want to go back to a Medicare supplement plan, they have to undergo medical underwriting in order to enroll. Or some people believe that they can't return at all. Because if you try to enroll in a Medicare supplement plan 6 months after your Medicare Part B coverage begins, you'll typically be subject to medical underwriting. This means that the insurance company can ask you a set of health questions, and they can deny your application if you don't answer them in the way that they want you to. Or they could charge you more if you have a pre-existing condition of some kind. Now, if you're enrolling in a Medicare supplement plan within 6 months of your Part B start date, which is known as the Medigap open enrollment period, insurance companies that have Medicare supplement plans, they have to take you, no questions asked. Medicare supplement plans are not allowed by law to have an underwriting process during that time. They're not allowed to deny your application for pre-existing health conditions, and they're not allowed to charge you more based on your health during the Medigap open enrollment period. This is why some people enroll in a Medicare supplement plan without ever trying a Medicare Advantage plan. They believe that if they enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan, they may not get another chance to enroll in a Medicare supplement plan anymore due to their health. But that's just not true. There are 2 situations where you can get a trial right to try a Medicare Advantage plan and preserve your right to go back to a Medicare supplement. The first is if you enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan when you first become eligible for Medicare. If you do this, you actually have a full year to decide if you want to stay with your Medicare Advantage plan or if you want to switch to a Medicare supplement plan. If you decide to switch within that year, you are able to do that without undergoing a medical underwriting process. Now, in order to qualify for this, your Part A, Part B, and your Medicare Advantage plan start date have to be the same. The other trial right period is if you enroll in a Medicare supplement plan, but you'd like to try a Medicare Advantage plan to see if it's better for you. You can actually enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan there without risk. And if you find that you actually preferred your Medicare supplement plan, you're able to go back and join your Medicare supplement plan again without medical underwriting as long as you do it within 1 year. This only works the first time that you join a Medicare Advantage plan. So if you have been in a Medicare Advantage plan before, you don't get this trial right. It's just for the first time. So the first time you join a Medicare Advantage plan, you have 1 year in which you could return to your Medicare supplement, no questions asked. If your old plan is no longer available or the insurance company that you had your plan from is not offering a plan anymore, then you can enroll in another Medicare supplement plan using the trial right. So you see, if you're finding that your Medicare supplement plan is too expensive or you want to explore your other options, you don't need to be afraid to try a Medicare Advantage plan. These trial rights protect you so that if you find that Medicare Advantage isn't the way to go for you, then you're able to switch back to a Medicare supplement. Now, before you do or use any of these trial rights, make sure you speak to a professional to ensure that you do have the trial right available to you so that you don't get in a situation where you're not able to return to a Medicare supplement plan in the future. That's all for today's video. If you found this helpful, then don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more simple Medicare videos. All right, we'll see you next time.